your EBT will be replaced if you're low income, and how this is actually a good thing for the beneficiaries. I have all the details and exactly what they're doing here in the video. Let's get into it and talk through the details. All right, now as of right now, there are over 40 million low-income and fixed-income beneficiaries all across the country that have an EBT card, most of which are SNAP beneficiaries, Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, otherwise referred to as food stamps. And money is deposited onto these cards because it's technically a debit card every single month, and then the beneficiaries get to go out and spend that money as they see fit for their own personal situation. Really nice, right? Obviously, as an EBT card holder, you already know this, but here's the situation. These cards are going to be changing going forward in a pretty massive way, and like I said, this is a really nice thing. In my honest opinion, this is a good thing that should have happened years ago, but now they're finally starting to roll this out, and it will be changing these EBT cards, again, for everybody across the country at some point here. And again, I just want to bring this to your attention. Now, before we get into the details a little bit further, can I ask a huge favor of you? Do you know at least one or two people, anybody that has an EBT card, for whatever benefits they get deposited onto it? Will you do me a huge favor and them a huge favor? Share this video with them. There's a share button right down below so they can also recognize what's going on here, because at some point you probably will be getting communication that says, hey, get ready, this is going on with your EBT card. I want you to be aware of this because this is already starting to roll out in some regions around the country, and it's only a matter of time until it comes across to everybody. So again, please feel free to share this video. There's a share button down below, and if you'd like, if you're new here or if you haven't done so, feel free to subscribe to the channel as well. Again, I will keep you posted. There's a big subscribe button down below. Thank you. Really, really appreciate your support. I'm here for you in any way that I possibly can be. It's my dedication, my promise to you. So let's get into the details further. Okay, so let me tell you what's going on here, okay? Now, here's the thing. Obviously, anybody that has an EBT card is somebody that has applied and has qualified for these monthly benefits. In other words, the only way that you can really get benefits on an EBT card through SNAP or food stamps or these other programs that that deposit benefits onto EBT cards is basically you got to be very low income. I mean, like very low income or a fixed income beneficiary, right? Nothing wrong with that. And again, it's nice that people are getting these benefits, which, by the way, if you've not applied for SNAP, you should definitely do that, okay? I mean, there's plenty of ways to do it, totally free. I know for a fact there's many of you here in this community that are eligible that have not applied yet. It's free money to help you get groceries. You probably want to do that. But anyway, we can talk about that in a separate video. But here's the situation. They're rolling out new EBT cards, okay? Now, you might be thinking, who cares? I don't care about that. We care massively, okay? Here's the situation, and why I said earlier, I believe this should have been done years ago. Here's the problem. Okay, EBT cards, what do they have on them that protects the beneficiary? I'm going to say this much. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. It is like almost it's like almost equivalent to cash, right? I mean, it's not quite the same, but it has like virtually no protections within it for the beneficiary. My point is, have you heard about these skimming devices or card cloning schemes, whatever they're called, right? Typically, they're most notably on gas pumps, right? You go to the gas pump, you swipe your credit card, and whoops, somebody got my card number, and now they're charging all kinds of stuff on it, right? Same thing goes with EBT cards and those little kiosk stations at the grocery store. Here's the thing. The people that are putting these skimming devices and these cards cloning devices, whatever they are, on these kiosk machines, literally are targeting EBT card holders. Why? It's easy pickings. It's the low-hanging fruit because EBT cards have no protections within them to protect the beneficiary. It is so incredibly easy for them to get your information. When you type in your PIN number or you swipe your card, they have your information, and there you go. As soon as your benefit gets a new deposit on it, they just take it away from you, right? It's a sad situation, which is why they passed legislation back in December of 2022, which was retroactive back to October 1st of 2022, where they basically said, hey, if your benefits are wrongly taken from you, we will appropriate federal dollars to help these beneficiaries reimburse them for any benefits that are wrongly taken from them. So that's why they brought that in, is because this has been so widespread across the country. It's happening to so many people. Just recently, I was reading some information on this. The amount of money that has been taken from people just in the last couple of years is like scary. the tens of millions, over $100 million has been taken from beneficiaries just in the last couple of years. It's a lot of money, right? So anyway, what is the plan here? And again, by the way, California is already doing this. California is kind of the pioneer in this space here. They are already rolling these new EBT cards out. It's been kind of a mess, honestly. They were supposed to go out in the summer of 2024. Didn't happen, and they got delayed for like 6+ months. So anyway, these cards are rolling out to California residents, and they're new EBT cards that have, what do they have on it? The security chip on the back of the card, or on the front of the card, I guess it would be, where they swipe it in. In fact, I have a card sitting right, I'll show you. So it's this little card right there. You see that? Like this little chip right there? That's what it is. That's literally what it is. So I just have this card randomly sitting here on my desk. So anyway, they have these cards, okay? So they're putting the EBT, the little chip in the end of the card, which makes it more secure for the beneficiaries. So now these cards actually have some security within them. Now, California is the first state to be rolling this out, but there is talk, and there's lawmakers out there that have talked about implementing this on the federal level. In other words, using federal dollars to implement new EBT cards across the country. Because here's the problem. California is paying for this all on their own, which is kind of the interesting part, because EBT cards are, obviously the cards in which benefits like SNAP benefits, food stamps, things like that are deposited onto, right? So here's the problem with these types of programs. They are federally funded, but state administered, right? So basically the federal government has this pot of money, and they basically help out the states. The states administer the program, right? So the problem is when they want to make this type of change like this, the states kind of have to pay for it out of their own pocket. States are cheap, right? They want to collect as much as they possibly can out of the residents of their state and spend it on all kinds of goofy programs, a lot of which doesn't really help anybody. And the states just pocket all the money, and they do all their little pet projects. Meanwhile, the federal government is like, hey, why don't we do something here, right? The states are spending federal dollars to reimburse beneficiaries, but yet they're not doing anything to protect the beneficiaries. Does that make any sense at all? To me, that makes absolutely no logical sense. So the idea here, and again, I like that California is doing this, is they are bringing in more protections for these beneficiaries by bringing in these new cards. Again, where'd it go? This, like this one I just showed you right here that has the little chip on it, right? So like that. It has the little chip on the end, and basically it gives you that security measure within there. So basically, hey, you're good. If you go to one of the kiosks or whatever, and you swipe your card, and it has, one of those cloning things on it, and they get your information. I mean, your card is way more secure now, right? So that's kind of one of the really nice things about it. So anyway, this is the really nice thing that's going on, and this is happening across the country. At least in California, they are rolling this out now, but it's literally only a matter of time here until they roll this out across the entire country. And again, like I said, there's lawmakers out there that have introduced this in the Senate across the board and said, here, let's just do this on the federal level so that everybody across the entire country is protected, and we basically roll out these new EBT cards for everybody, right? Anyway, I was doing some research on California. Apparently, they spent about 50 million? I think it was 50 million. 50 billion would be too much. Yeah, $50 million sounds more right. $50 million on these new cards. Okay, like what's your point, right? I guess my thing is $50 million is a lot of money, but at the end of the day, how much are they spending on reimbursing beneficiaries from their benefits that are being wrongly taken from them? It's way more than $50 million. So if they just do the initial investment of just making the new cards and sending them out to the beneficiaries and getting those in place, it wouldn't necessarily be the worst thing in the world to have that infrastructure in place, and then the new cards in the pockets of the beneficiaries, and then it's saving everybody money, even though there's the initial investment of basically getting all the new cards issued, right? So anyway, at some point here, I would not be shocked. In fact, I totally 100% expect this to happen, which is your state will likely reach out to you and say, hey, in our state, we're going to be rolling out new EBT cards. And it might be a long time. I mean, it could be 6 months. It could be a year before they actually roll this out. Or on the federal level, they pass legislation that says, hey, we're going to implement new EBT cards, and we're going to protect these things as they should have done years ago for the beneficiaries. So this is what's going on. And like I said, California, the pioneer, they're the ones doing this first. Really nice to see, protecting the beneficiaries there. And this will be coming across more states as we go, and possibly even across on the federal level as well. Again, in my opinion, that'd be really nice for the people that have these cards, so that you're not going to the grocery store finding out, whoops, all my benefits are gone. Who took it, right? That's a bad situation. It's happened to way too many people over the last couple of years, and it's the reality of the new world that we're living in these days. So anyway, does this help a little bit? I hope so. I want to keep you posted on what's going on here. Obviously, I'm going to continue watching this very closely. As I get any more information, I'll bring it to you as soon as I get it. So please subscribe down below. Totally free to do so. Big subscribe button down there. Again, like I said, if you know anybody that has an EBT card, feel free to share this video with them. There's a share button right down below. Again, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Otherwise, feel free to like the video. Thumbs up button down below. Feel free to check out the well over 5,000 videos here on the channel in the video library. The popular videos I've hand selected for you down below in the description or the top of the comment section. And right now showing up on your screen as well. You'll see some videos there. Thanks again. Really, really appreciate it. And just want to do what I can to help you. Stay tuned with what's going on and protect your money, get more money, things like that. Again, thanks for being here. Really appreciate you. Have a nice day, and I'll catch you in